I'm going to show you a few things, you know, stepping into one, stepping out of it, really trying to catch that front leg. And tight, get all areas covered. When I break down right here, I'm going to be reaching. Block, reach, flank, pull, and step back. It's all, the stepping back sets up the whole run. You know, if you want to flank him and you push him away from you, well, it's going to give you more room to miss the front leg. So our deal is when I come in here and reach, pull, and if I squat a little, my first step is going to be right back one step. I want that calf to land right on the toe of my boots, right on the edge of the toe of my boots. So when I get ready to, I don't have to get in position or another position. When he hits, I'm ready to catch the front leg and string. So I'm going to step into this calf and flank him and step back and show you what I'm talking about. Reach, step back. This calf just kind of landed. He's a little more on the gentle side than I want. He didn't have much action there, but I didn't bring him back to where I wanted. I wanted him to catch the front leg and string. So I'm going to step into this calf and flank him and step back and show you what I'm talking about. Reach, step back. This calf just kind of landed. He's a little more on the gentle side than I want. He didn't have much action there, but I didn't bring him back to where I wanted. I wanted him to come right on my boot, toe of my boots. Reach across, block, reach across, get a good hold, step back. A lot better. Flanking and tying and the way I like to carry my pig and string. Big pet peeve of mine is having a straight pig and string. You know, when you playing with it, and I love to have it just as straight as I can get it without, you know, any kinks in it. Anything that can cause a problem, you know, we try to fix it before we get started. On the size, I like to use just a medium loop on my string. A lot of guys get them too small, and it seems like you gotta, you know, really hunt for that front leg. Or also a lot of guys get them too big, where when you drop it on the front leg, you're liable to get up here past the knee, and that's no good also. But I like to just, whatever's comfortable to you, but I just like to start out with it's about medium size, you know, not an itty bitty one and not just a gigantic one either. I just like to feel comfortable, so when I go to string it, front leg, it's a comfortable feel, and it comes tight in the same place every time when I pull my string tight. Sharper I feel like I string a calf, the smoother my run is set up. I like to leave it as level as I can. I don't like it to hang down straight. A lot of guys like it like that, and a lot of guys like it up a little too high. A little high the strand seems to kind of get in my way, block my view of my roping, and too low, it seems like I just want to just drop it on there, and it kind of makes everything start off sloppy for me. I like to just get, you know, straight across, maybe just a little at a down angle, and I don't like it, once I put it in my mouth, I don't like it to drop any. I like it to stay in what groove I put it in my teeth. I like it to stay and keep that same angle. And a lot of guys, they tuck it in their belt loops, is what I choose to do. I never get in a bind that way. Sometimes you kind of miss it, and if it's just enough if your thumb or your fingers just barely catch it, it's going to come out and pretty much go where you want it. I like to have enough momentum so when I string and it comes tight in my hand, I'm just placing it all in one motion. And I hope it, like I say, this is the end of the calf's foot right here. When I pull it tight, I want it in one motion. I want it to go right out past them. A lot of guys have a tendency to speed up too much. I slow down probably more than anybody catching the front leg. Got a lot of confidence with my loop and being able to get it on cattle fast. So a lot of money's won right here and a lot of money's lost right here. Just getting a good tight hold on this front leg. I like to catch it right above the joint. I don't like to catch it on it because it's kind of big and kind of has a tendency to be top heavy. I like to catch it right above the joint where I got a good stiff hold on it. So this right here, when I catch it, I want to bring it back and to me. I want it to start off my whole run with me right here where I cannot lose track of the front leg. I like to keep my eye on it until my string is completely tight and I'm dragging it all out without watching my right hand. So let's flank him again. Block, reach, grab, step back, catch that front leg snappy, and then my next move is all gonna be forward. I mean, I'm in perfect position right here. Got the front leg caught exactly where I like it. I'm in perfect position. Calf, my boot is touching the calf's back. I'm stepped back where everything's clean and clear and I can see. So my next move is gonna be back forward to string this calf. 90% of runs are won and lost right here stringing them. You know, guys get in too big a hurry, and the first thing they want to do is catch your front leg and be looking at the back legs. And I mean, that's just, I mean, to miss it, to misstring it, to do, you know, stringing your whole hand, anything can happen right there without paying attention to really getting a good string tight, placing your string. It's block, reach, flank, snappy on catching the front leg, and then finish. Block, reach, flank, snap. Perfect. Kind of talk to you about where I like my string to end up after I get a good string on the calf. I like a good tight right there around the front leg, and I like to be stringing and placing my string all at the same time. This is all in one motion. I don't like my string to end up too far up in front, because what happens then when I scoop and gather, it has a tendency to want to pop my string up. Well, then I'm reaching up here instead of reaching down low where I want to set my tie up. I like my string to end up just right past my boot, which my boot won't be in the way before my string gets there. I want it to end up about right there, just about 4 inches, 5 inches above the feet, where there's room for my foot and room for me to gather the legs over the top of it. If I get it exactly where I want it and my boot lands right at the end of the feet, there's no room. I mean, it's just perfect. I know where my string's gonna be when I gather. When I grab the legs and I come here, there's no popping up my string. It's right where I want it every time. Every time I get ready to tie, my string is gonna be right here for me to gather, hold the legs with the first little clamp there, and I'm ready to tie every time. A lot of guys want to pitch the string up, you know. Well, then I'm wondering where it's going to land. If I'm wondering that, I'm not worrying about gathering the legs. I'm wondering about, you know, other things other than the next step. So with stringing the calf sharp and getting my string laying flat at the end of the feet, 4 or 5 inches above, that's 2 things out of the way, and I'm ready to, with a clear mind, I'm ready to start gathering the back legs. Stepping across the calf and placing our feet where they need to be to make it just as fast and smooth as possible. A lot of guys